This is Module 1, Lesson 8, Example number 2, and this problem can be found on page 32 of your workbook. Andrea's portraits. Andrea is a street artist in New Orleans. She draws caricatures, cartoon-like portraits, of tourists. People have their portrait drawn and then come back later to pick it up from her. The graph below shows the relationship between the number of portraits she draws and the amount of time in hours she needs to draw the portraits. So let's take a look at this graph, and part A is asking, write several ordered pairs from the graph and explain what each ordered pair means in the context of this graph. So in ordered pair, we're going to start with our x-axis and then our y-axis. So our first one we can look at is we see x equals 4 and y equals 6. So what does this mean? This means that in 4 hours she can draw 6 portraits. Another ordered pair we see, so 6 here and y is 9, 6 comma 9 means that in 6 hours she can draw 9 portraits. Another ordered pair we have in 2 hours, x equals 2 and y equals 3, and this means that in 2 hours she can draw 3 portraits. And one last one, for 1 hour it looks like she's at 1.5, so 1 comma 1.5 means that in 1 hour she can draw 1.5 portraits. Okay, let's move on to part B of this problem. Write several equations that would relate the number of portraits drawn to the time spent drawing the portraits. So if we took a look at this, n, our number of portraits, is equal to y divided by x times t. So, looking back at our previous example, n is equal to 3 over 2 times t. N is equal to 6 over 4 times t. N is equal to 9 divided by 6 times t. So now let's move on to part C. Determine the constant of proportionality and explain what it means in this situation. So if we were thinking of our equation y equals k times x, and we know that, for example, when y equals 3, x is equal to 2. To solve for the constant of proportionality, to solve for k, we divide both sides by 2, and 3 divided by 2 is equal to k. So our constant proportionality is 3/2, which means Andrea can draw 3 portraits in 2 hours, or she can complete 1.5 portraits in 1 hour. So that concludes our lesson 8, example number 2. Please come to class prepared with any questions, and in class you'll be able to work on the problem sets on page 33 and page 34.